Hello everybody, Hassan here, engineer, MBA, and investor. And in today's video, I want to talk about Palantir's latest patent application. I want to talk about what is the impact this application has on the genomic side of things. I want to talk about all of that in this video. Now, before we jump into today's video, you guys know the drill. You guys know how YouTube algorithms work. Do like this video, smash that like button, destroy that like button, guys. It's quick, it's free, it's easy. If you've not subscribed yet, please do subscribe just underneath this channel, hit that notification bell. And if you want to go a step further, you can always click on the join feature of this channel underneath this video. So this actually happened. This happened because I saw it on social media. I saw it on Twitter, and I saw that Palantir, the software company, have applied for a patent about genomics, right? And what does this entail, right? What does this entail? So let's take a look at it. Applicant Palantir Technology, inventors, a couple of people here, obviously from Palantir. Basically what this is, okay, the abstract, right? What this is basically a method and computer apparatus are disclosed for processing genomic data in at least partially automated workflows of module. So what this is, right? I'm not going to read everything here word by word, but basically what it is basically a user interface that it basically has a workflow that goes ahead and capture from one or many data sources, right? One or many data sources. But the most important part is this part. A method comprises specifying a source from which nucleic acid sequences are to be obtained, selecting which module for processing data, including at least one module for processing the one or more nucleic acids, presenting in a graphical user interface, graphical components representing the source, and the module has nodes within a workspace. So what this is, right? This is basically what we're seeing here on the screen, right? Basically, it is a user interface, and then you have a couple of workflow here, but basically it's a workflow system, as you can see here by the dotted line, right over here in 210, workflow system. And it appears that this workflow system, what it is basically, it's getting all that input residing in 280 data source, right, from either local files, could be local databases, we're talking SQL, we're talking Oracle databases, whatever that database is, right, or web pages, web-based repo, and basically it's going ahead and capturing that data and converting that data to make sense out of this workflow so that the user here, 205, can access that information in a friendly UX way, right, in a UI where the user here can interact with that data. So, and you also have here point 270, right, external tools, where here you have server-side library, client-side library, and I'm assuming these are like plugins and developer apps or third-party apps that can go ahead and assist either the workflow system or this data sources that assuming these genomics company hold. So what I understand here from this, just by looking at that, is that Palantir basically is trying to make an application, or at least are trying to enhance their application, their software application, to go ahead and read data from these genomic companies. Think of sequencing type of companies, think of CRISPR type of companies, just think of any genomics company. They hold so much data, like Invitae, Teladoc, could be simple as Teladoc, although I don't think this is not really for Teladoc, this would more be for like Invitae, this more be for like BNGO, Pacific Biosciences, and they obviously hold data, whether that's in the form of a local database, SQL database, Oracle database, or it's in the form of files, CSV, you have different type of files there, or maybe a proprietary file potentially. And basically they're converting this data and basically allowing you as a user to grab that data in a way where it makes sense for that user. Now, I do want to cover this, and again, this was found on Twitter from Terra Pharma, so shout out to Terra Pharma for covering this. I did not catch that when they filed for this patent late 2021, but there's a couple of other pictures, and shout out to Avid6ix. He's the one who tweeted this to me. So if you take a look at this, guys, right, figure 12, right, from this patent, and there's the whole patent document, like 32 pages. And I'm not gonna go over it on this video, but basically you're seeing a couple of things here, and they're allowing you to see a little bit how it looks. And this, I'm assuming this is obviously just a UX from Windows here, and they're showing you the file from Windows, right? And the proprietary file could be a CSV, whatever, and this file would be somewhere here, right? The local file, right? This is basically what they're showing you. This is again the diagram we're looking at. And I find it very, very interesting that this was filed for a couple of reasons, right? First of all, we know that genomics is something that Palantir is seriously considering. In fact, if we go on their website, let's take a look at it as we are in this site. Let's take a look if we can go ahead and go to the website. We know that they've been trying to push the genomic side of things. We know they're in healthcare. I don't know if I can catch this in the foundry side of things. Maybe I'll have to find, oh, ontology, exactly. Right, so ontology, look, ontology is here, right? And if you take a look at this diagram, ontology was mentioned here, right? So very, very interesting, right? But more specifically here, I think I can find something. I do believe they had a section just for genomics, right? And exactly, offerings, health and life sciences, right? So clearly, Palantir is involved in healthcare. I mean, there's a reason why ARK Invest bought some Palantir within ARK Genomics Fund, which obviously is for companies that are deemed to be genomics type of companies. And we've made a video about this, that Palantir is currently, in my opinion, and in the eyes of many people, a genomics company. They actually made a blog here in 2021 in September talking about genetic mutation, monitoring COVID-19, using Foundry, which is obviously their software that they're mostly known for. Obviously talking about sequencing and so on. So what does this tell us, right? First of all, it tells us that Palantir is extremely serious in genomics because they're obviously going forward with this type of patent. Second of all, it also validates the theory of ARK Invest, saying that this is a genomics company, because it definitely is a genomics company if you start producing software that you can leverage and make it easier for scientists on the field to sort of apply, make sense out of the data, right? What data is good for if you can't make sense out of it, right? Looking at beautiful dashboard, beautiful visualization, making sense out of it, using automation. You know, it's much more than just mining data, right? You need to mine data and then you need to process that data. And to me, this is all about processing. The mining part is done by companies like Invitae, is done by companies like BNGO, Pacific Biosciences, other genomics companies. But the whole processing part is done by Palantir with this type of application. And a last note I'll make, it's the same concept of Google search, right? Google search does not mine data, right? The mining of the data is actually already done by publishers, by media, by blogs, by individuals posting articles and so on. But the processing of that data, right, making sense out of the average citizen to search for all these articles, make sense of their keywords, getting the results to be similar to what the user is looking for, at least the top results. That's all Google. That's all Google search. And my analogy here is the Palantir here is not mining the data, but making sense of that mined data to these companies, to these genomics companies. It's extremely B2B type of software. I am truly interested to see where this goes. I want to see Palantir venture further in genomics. Genomics has a huge TAM. We've covered this in this channel, whether that's CRISPR companies, sequencing type of companies, diagnostic companies. ARK Invest has already published that in their Big Ideas 2022. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about this, Palantir and genomics going forward. Let me know what you guys are seeing here through this patent. Curious to see what you guys think. Again, like this video if you found value. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.